You mentioned water changes earlier. So
Yeah.
what's the best way to do a water change? Like, never all in one go, for example.
Definitely not ever all in one go. The fish really don't like profound changes, profound rapid changes in the water quality. Be that a change of the temperature, for example. If we took the fish out of the pond, cleaned the pond out completely, refilled the pond with tap water, and put the fish straight back in, that's going to be a profound change in temperature, in pH for them, in water hardness levels and things like that. And the fish are not going to thank you.
But I mean, for a new pond keeper, someone who has a new pond as a hobby, I'm assuming, like, for common sense would say, if there's a problem, let's get all of that water out and put new clean stuff back in and treat the water.
Probably do more harm by the huge change to the fish's environment. It'd be much better to be doing partial water changes, but doing them every day. You'll do more harm replacing it all in one go, definitely. I would never want to go more than sort of 50% water change. That is massive. That is a huge, huge water change for the fish. Really.
And can that even be a bit, you say you never go above 50, is that still questionable?
I think that's the sort of thing you'd do if somebody had accidentally dropped a bottle of bleach into the pond or something like that. If there was,
oh, wow.
Oh my God, some huge disaster's gone on in the pond, then a big water change like that. Yeah. If there's a problem with the water chemistry, then we need to be correcting it slowly. And doing partial water changes, but possibly if it's a big high level of ammonia or really, really low pH or something, then we've got to do daily partial water changes of 10% up to 25% to try and correct those values. But the fish would have been acclimatizing to this adverse water quality and trying to physiologically adapt to it. So if we then correct it on paper for them straight away, that correction process is going to do an awful lot more damage, definitely.
So with that extreme example that you just gave, that there's bleach that goes in, you still wouldn't do 100% change?
Well, no, possibly that's an extreme situation. I don't know. I mean, the fish would need to be protected from the bleach, definitely. But yes.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm kind of going back to that example.
I suppose it's probably a rather extreme example on my behalf, but it is.
It might have happened.
Yeah, well, keep bleach away from your pond, folks. I think it is. We'd want to be trying to limit the extremity of a water change as much as possible. Definitely, I wouldn't want to be going more than 50% under usual circumstances.
And if people are doing a partial water change, in AquaSafe is something that they should use.
So I think that's probably one of the first things that us fish keepers learn about is that tap water is not safe for fish. I think that's probably one of the things I get from most of the beginners I speak to. They say, well, no, I've got the tank and I know that you've got to get that stuff to make the tap water safe. And it's worth a bit of Tetra bragging for a moment that we were the first company to launch a water dechlorinator in 1976, I think it was, isn't it, that we launched AquaSafe for aquaria. And then, that was the first one out on the market. But before then, fish just had to sort of lump it with tap water. So, yay for Tetra there, being another one of our firsts. But yes, we need to be using this dechlorinator to take out the chlorine and take out the chloramines. And there can be some other nasty agents in tap water as well, tiny traces of metals and pesticides and things like that, which the fish can be particularly susceptible to. It's the chlorine and the chloramine that are the biggest problems. And it's worth pointing out again that it's not just the fish that are vulnerable to that chlorine and chloramine, but it's those filter bacteria as well. That if we then let tap water with chlorine get into the pond, there's going to be the fish having a toxic reaction, an adverse reaction to it, but that chlorine is also going to be creaming off our filter bacteria as well. So
yeah,
we can take, killing the filter bacteria off, and that's it's
all about creating a harmonious environment for them.